Welcome to another episode of Pick a Side. Right here, this is our second episode doing a Zoom. The first one never got put out, but today obviously is a special day because the draft has happened, and this is our first recording since Brady has joined the Bucs and a lot of other NFL transactions have happened. So in this episode, we're going to talk about, are the Patriots done? Who's primed to win the AFC East? Will the Texans regret trading DeAndre Hopkins? And who will win, Brady versus Brees? Are the Bucs going to overtake the New Orleans Saints in the division? So the first segment that we're going to do right now is if the Patriots are done. JC and Riv will debate that. So JC, what is your take on it?
Um, being off the recent history that the Patriots had without Tom Brady for some games, I mean, we can go as far as back as 2007 when Brady tore his ACL. He won 11 games with Matt Castle. Bill Belichick's done it with third-string quarterbacks, second-string quarterbacks. As a Jets fan, I've seen them rule the division since I just started watching football, and I think Bill Belichick's obviously one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game of football. Highly respected, knows his ins and outs of football, can draft correctly, can do everything correctly. He's built a system for not only Tom Brady, for, like I said, Matt Castle, quarterbacks that, when they left him weren't so sought after. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, I mean, we got to see him as a third stringer, and he took his career kind of not took off, but he got a shot for the Colts. So I mean,
pretty good.
Bill Belichick still has that elite defense. He's still the mastermind that I know. So this is more of me giving him a respect, because I'm not going to sit here and say the Patriots aren't going to be not as dominant, but I'm not ready to sit here and say they're not going to make the playoffs, because I have the utmost respect for Bill Belichick and his just football mind, his prowess, everything. So I'm going to pick the Patriots to just be a playoff team this year. I'm not going to say they're going to be as dominant, because obviously we have to see who they have at quarterback. Probably not going to be as good as Tom Brady, but Bill Belichick. To Bill Belichick has won my respect. They still have that defense. Like I said, he's the mastermind behind everything. We're going to see if this is going to be just another challenge for him, and I think he's up for it. I really do. I think he's going to surprise the world again.
You done? Are you done? Like,
Yeah.
Are you done? Okay. Joel, ask me the question, sure.
So Riv, do you think the Patriots are done?
Yeah, they're done. That's a wrap. The dynasty is over. Listen, I'm going to get into who I think is going to win the AFC East. That goes on later on in the show, but it won't be the New England Patriots. As of today, they don't even have a quarterback. So, I mean, they brought back Devin McCourty. They still got them cornerbacks, Stephon Gilmore, Jonathan Jones. So they still got that secondary. They lost Kyle Van Noy. They lost Tom Brady.
They lost Jamie Collins, too.
Jamie Collins. They have no receivers to throw the ball to at all. So I really don't trust them to make the playoffs. The Chargers got better, so they'll be back in the hunt. The Bills are getting better. You still got the Chiefs. You still got the Ravens. The Browns are getting better. Cincinnati, they got slightly better, so you still got them. Pittsburgh is getting their quarterback back, so you got a lot of teams. The Titans still got Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill back there. Houston's obviously taking the toll. Jacksonville sucks, but you still got a lot. What? Oh, the Jets. Yeah, I guess they got significantly better. We got to see it for them to believe it, but ultimately, I don't think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. I feel like there's about 7-8 teams better than them. I think they're going to be right in the pot.
So, Riv, you're saying that the Patriots won't make the playoffs. What JC's saying is that they won't make a Super Bowl run. They won't make a playoff run, but he believes they're going to make the playoffs.
I don't believe that. What factors? They don't even have a quarterback to throw the ball. They have no receivers. Their problem last year was the quarterback had no help on the offensive end. So I'm curious. How are they going to make the playoffs?
I mean,
so you're banking on that defense, okay. JC?
I'm banking on the defense of Bill Belichick. I feel like by day one, they'll have a serviceable quarterback. Bill Belichick, like I said, we've seen what he can do with Matt Castle. I'm not saying that Matt Castle didn't have the talent around him, but we've seen what he can do, what he can work with little. And for a while, if you've been watching football, people are wondering if the successor of the Patriots was Bill Belichick or Tom Brady. I think it was a perfect.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just looking at the schedule. I just had to glance at the schedule a little bit. Let me just throw some.
Oh wait, so this is the Patriots schedule.
Yeah, 2020 schedule. Let me just throw some games versus Baltimore. versus San Francisco.
Okay.
At Seattle versus the Cardinals versus Denver. At LA. At Kansas City. And then they play Buffalo twice. And Houston is just, it's just okay. Yeah, so judging from that schedule, you still believe that?
I see like 4-6, 3-7.
So we have to look at it.
What I said, right?
You named like about 7-8 games. We have to look at it like this, though. So all you have to do in the NFL is win your division to make the playoffs. So do you feel the Jets have a shot at making the playoffs this year?
No.
Okay. Do you think the Dolphins have a shot at making the playoffs this year?
No, but no. Run it back. Ask me that Jets thing again.
Do you think the Jets have a shot to make the playoffs this year?
I think Jets can split the series 1-1 this year.
No, but I'm not asking you that. You have to look at the Jets schedule and realistically look at the games.
Oh, no, the Jets, the schedule, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Because if New England has a tough schedule, then our whole division pretty much has a tough schedule too. I saw the Jets' first 6-7 games. They're really tough too this year. I saw it the other day. So then you don't have the Jets.
Not the first 6-7. The actual order didn't come out yet.
Oh, I mean, I know that we have our home opponents, and I know we play the Bills twice, we play the Patriots twice, we play the Dolphins twice. You're pretty much going to split if you're the Jets. So I'm a Jets fan. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I would like them to, but I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Miami, I'm not sold on them making the playoffs either. I don't think they did enough.
I think
Miami got a rookie quarterback. Well, we'll see.
Steal a game against
the only team that should make the playoffs because they have the best roster in the AFC is the Buffalo Bills. And even then, it's going to depend on if Josh Allen gets better and everything clicks. And because last year they had a very easy schedule. Everybody in this chat knows they had a very easy schedule last year.
They win games they need to win.
They won games they need to win, but they had a very favorable schedule. So
listen,
I said, we've seen the NFC East with somebody win the division as a 9-7, 8-8 team. I'm not saying that's going to be the AFC East, but
listen, the New England Patriots have no quarterback. They have nobody to throw the ball. You're relying on because I understand they might get a quarterback, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm banking on.
As of today,
they should get a service.
Today, you are relying on Jared Stidham, whatever his name is, to carry the team to the playoffs offensively. That's what you're banking.
No. I did not say offensively. I said defensively that their defense.
You think defensively that's going to take them to the playoffs?
I mean, it almost did last year.
Why can't it take them? Why can't it take them to the 7th seed? You just get a decent quarterback. We all know that team is going to be carried by the defense. It's probably going to be who's their running back right now?
Sonny Michel.
James
White. Yeah.
And Joel, you think that's a pretty good running back tandem, or it's not that good?
I mean, it's good, but they don't have weapons.
Look, I agree with you as far as the wide receiver position, the skill position. They're not that well, but to say that this defense can't keep them in games and the Patriots just have to score a certain amount of points, I don't think that's far fetched. I don't. I said, they have a very. You got the Dolphins and the Jets, who all of us, well, not all of us, but I'm pretty sure Riv and I and myself don't have the Jets or the Dolphins making the playoffs. So it's really just going to be a battle between Buffalo and New England.
Okay, so JC, let's move on to the next topic. You can say the next topic because this next topic, Riv and I are debating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the AFC topic. So ask the question.
Are the Bills primed to win the AFC East? Riv and Noel, what do you think? Who wants to take this one first?
You want to go first?
Riv goes first.
I got to go first.
Because I went first last time.
You have to go first now. You went second last segment, so you got to go first this segment.
Shut up. Okay. Are the Bills primed to win the AFC East? Yes, I think they are in a very great position to win the AFC East. And why I said that is because the New England Patriots are declining. I don't believe in the Jets as a whole. I still have to see their offensive linemen actually play. Their defense is coming back healthy. They have to be healthy. The Miami Dolphins, they're bringing in a rookie quarterback. So, and they still only have one weapon in Devontae Parker. The defense has a bunch of good players, but not really great players. So I really don't see the Dolphins winning the division. I think I'm going to take the guys who just came off division winners last year. And the team is young. The team is still going to get better. They just added Stephon Diggs. It's a big if, but if Josh Allen can improve, then I don't see another team really being better than him. That defense is still going to be here. And I got the Bills winning the division.
Well, what do you think?
It's foolish. What you just
He's
said
smiling over there.
It's
I hope he
foolish.
doesn't pick the Jets.
And I'll tell you why it's foolish. Because yes, the Bills did get Stephon Diggs, but Josh Allen can't throw the deep ball. He's inaccurate on the deep ball. Stephon Diggs was a hothead in Minnesota, playing with a pretty good quarterback, I think, in Cousins, and now he downgraded the quarterback. He's going to be extremely frustrated with Josh Allen. I think Stephon Diggs is a really good receiver. He's closing in on being elite, but I don't think you match up his skill and his attitude, and that's a player that I want on my locker room. I feel like he can be a cancer in the locker room. Then you get into the other additions they made, like Josh Norman, who was pretty horrible last year. He's going back and he's going to play for his old defensive coordinator that coached in Carolina, and Sean McDermott. He might have a bounce back season. I'm not sure though. But this is the real team that's going to make the playoffs. We all know that quarterbacks matter. Quarterbacks matter.
I can't believe you're going to say this.
You can have better talent than other teams, but ultimately, if you have the better quarterback, you'll win those games. Look at Seattle. I think that the Rams have a better roster than Seattle, but Seattle has a better quarterback.
Wait, who's better, Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers?
Right now?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson lost to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback, just like Russell Wilson.
But you just said quarterback. When you have the better quarterback.
Yeah, but there has to be a gap, like a Jared Goff, Russell Wilson gap. It's a gap. There has to be a gap.
Okay, so
and the best quarterback by far in the AFC East is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in the AFC East, and it's not close. This is the first year. Not only will he be in the same offensive system, but Joe Douglas has rebuilt this offensive line around Sam Darnold, drafted a high draft pick in Mekhi Becton, who's a beast of a man. He stands at 6'7", 300-plus pounds. He's physical on the interior of the line, and the outside of the line, he's a monster. And we draft a future star in Denzel Mims at receiver. And he's going to be a star, Denzel Mims.
Can I chime in?
All the drafted, you had your turn to talk. Now it's my turn to talk. Joe Douglas is bringing in captains on his team. In a draft, 6 of the players that we drafted were captains on our team. He's building a good culture in New York.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to remind you, we're getting Chris Herndon back. The Jets are. They're getting Avery Williamson. They're getting C.J. Mosley. And JC, if I were to ask you, in the AFC East, or not even the AFC East, between the Bills and the Jets, who has the best player on their team? The Jets do. And Jamal Adams. Adams is the best player. Both teams.
I thought you were going to say Sam Darnold. I really thought
Adams
you were going to say
is the best player.
And then, I agree. It's all pro player.
Who's the second best player? Productivity aside, because last year we know Bell had an off year, but Bell is probably the second best player in that division.
How you going to say better than Tre'Davious White?
How you going to say?
You think Bell's a better player than
Le'Veon Bell? JC, you know that Le'Veon Bell's a beast.
JC, how you going to say put productivity aside like that? Like, how you just going to say that? Like,
because I think just outside of last year, the norm was that Le'Veon Bell was a superstar MVP caliber player.
Bro, he didn't even play the year before that, bro. Come on, bro.
I mean,
the second best player is Tre'Davious White, bro.
I agree with
Tre'Davious White's the second best player. Who's the third? It's Le'Veon Bell.
There you go.
It's probably C.J. Mosley. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
Hyde? Over Micah Hyde?
Micah Hyde?
Yes, I think so. When C.J. Mosley
C.J. Mosley's first game that he was playing, he was dominant. Wait, C.J. Mosley's a consistent pro, but he played one game, so I get what Riv's saying, but
and then not only that,
don't sleep on these players because these players are good.
We got a cornerback from the Colts, Desir, who's a really good cornerback who was matching up with the AFC South receivers and D-Hop, and he played them really well. So he'll play Stephon Diggs really well.
You named one receiver.
Like I said, we have other
but DeAndre Hopkins
like
is elite.
Austin, Desir. We just drafted a kid out of Virginia, Bryce Hall, who led the college in like pass deflections. And come on, this the bottom line. The bottom line is that the Jets have the best quarterback in the division, and it's not close. Josh Allen is not even on the level of Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is a superstar in the making. And it's going to come out this year. Sam Darnold just tears up the NFL. I can't wait until Sam Darnold tears up the NFL. I can't wait.
Are you done? Are you done? Like, are you done?
I can't wait.
You just gassed up. You just told me. You just basically gave me a whole monologue about a bunch of rookies coming in, and you think they're going to make that much of a difference. Let's really break it down. You just said we have a star, Denzel Mims, in the making.
He's a star.
Okay. That's your number one receiver, right? That's your number one receiver.
Number one. That's not our number one.
Who's your number?
We have a slot in Jamison Crowder. We have
he's elite. Word. Okay.
Rashard Perriman played like a number one to end the season last year. And I also want to mention that the Jets finished the season 6-2.
Good job.
7-6 when Darnold was playing, and he missed 3 games with mono. In his first year in the offensive system with one of the worst-ranked offensive lines and no weapons on the outside.
Can I ask you a question? Because I asked you this question the other day. You struggled to answer it. That whole 7-6 record, right? Name a playoff team, a team that made the playoffs that Sam Darnold beat, that made the playoffs. Name it. Can you?
Oh, the Steelers. They were close.
No.
They were close.
Name. I'm going to ask you again, JC, because I think you didn't understand me. Name a team that made the playoffs that Sam Darnold beat.
Weren't you the same person?
He didn't answer the question. Of course, he didn't answer the question.
It's not.
Why didn't you?
It's that.
Why can't you just answer it first? Wait. Just answer it. Just answer it first, and then I'll let you talk.
No, I'll answer it. This is my answer.
And then I'll let you
This is my answer. Aren't you the same person that said you have to beat who's on your schedule? When JC said the Bills had an easy schedule.
That's offending, Rib. You def said that.
When JC said the Bills had an easy schedule, you said that. And that's what the Jets did.
That's fair. But the Jets didn't beat this. You acting like they lost to the Bengals. They lost to the Dolphins. Like you guys, you're acting like you guys have you guys have bad. The Bills have high profile losses last year. They lost to the Patriots twice in good game. They lost to the Ravens in a great game. You guys lost to the Bengals. Then you lost to the Dolphins. You guys don't have any high-profile L's. You have very bad L's.
High-profile L's. What does that even mean?
High-profile L is the L.
Who was the best team
was the Jets roster good last year? Was the Jets roster good last year with all those injuries that we had?
Before the injuries, you guys were okay.
17 starters on IR last year.
Bro,
we missed our
second-best defensive player.
So it's
only fair. You guys were good.
That was one game.
Only fair that I ask you this: who were some good? Who was a team that the Buffalo Bills beat that were a high profile win? You know, since
that's what I said in the last segment. They had an easy schedule.
I said the difference between the two teams is you guys have you guys lost bad losses. They didn't lose to bad teams. That's the difference between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills won't lose to a bad team. They'll beat a bad team. You guys lost to the Bengals and the Dolphins. I don't know how you sit there and praise it more.
But the Jets were a bad team in themselves last year too. So,
but what's the difference? You add a bunch of rookies and you're supposed to be great.
I mean, we have everybody healthy. He just named you our 3 defensive players who we missed last year that were big to the team.
But they were only we didn't see them. We only seen them one game, bro. We only see one game. We haven't seen them together.
No, for one, this is what I have to say.
Gonna gel. They have two of the best.
Jets'
That's what I'm saying. We have to wait and see. There's no evidence of them. Keep it 100, JC. Is there any evidence of them showing us any greatness together?
Can I talk?
No, but I know they'll be great. They have Avery Williamson and CJ Mosley, bro. They're both really good inside linebackers.
You're assuming, bro. You're assuming.
No, I'm based off facts.
JC,
I'm gonna
real quick.
Go ahead.
You want to know why I'm not assuming and we're not assuming? Because the Jets beat the Bills in week 1 of CJ Mosley.
No, you didn't. You lost.
No. I'm saying CJ Mosley went out, and that's why our defense totally collapsed once he went out.
Bro, he was balling that game, Rev. You were there.
No, I was there, but come on. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, bro.
No, we would have won that game if CJ Mosley remained in the game.
Wait. So you're going to completely disregard the fact that your offense didn't score after they put up 17 on that. You're going to completely disregard that and say the only reason you lost is because CJ Mosley missed the game. That's what you're going to say. But not the fact that your offense didn't score anymore. That's what you're going to say. Or the fact that Sam Darnold missed Robbie Anderson on a really open route. That's what you're going to say in the 4th.
This is what I'm going to say.
The reason why you lost is because CJ missed the game. Okay.
This is what I'm going to say.
Because JC, you know what I'm talking about. Sam Darnold choked in that 4th quarter.
This is what no, he didn't. This is what I'm going to say. You are blaming a second-year quarterback that had no weapons at all for not putting up points against the Bills when the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, had no weapons, but probably had better than Darnold and couldn't score on the Bills and barely beat a Matt Barkley Bills-led fourth quarter team. Barely beat them. But you're going to blame Darnold.
I'm not blaming Darnold. I said
that's what you just said. You said
I said you're not just going to simply say, oh, we lost just because CJ Mosley. No, there's other factors into why you lost.
No, it was evident. I don't know what game you were watching, but it was evident once Mosley went out, the Jets collapsed.
Yeah, Jets offensively, they collapsed. Defensively, they collapsed.
And not to mention, we lost by 2 points or 1 point. I think we lost by 1 point, and our kicker missed the kick. So
our kicker missed multiple kicks that game. He missed 2 kicks that game.
Yeah, it was 17. It was like 17 to 3.
That he missed 2 kicks.
It was like 17 to 3 in the second quarter, and then your offense didn't do shit for the rest of the game.
It was 16-0 in the fourth.
Missed the kick.
Y'all didn't do shit for the rest of the game. Like the rest of the game, they didn't do anything. You choked. Your offense literally.
The bottom line is that the Jets will win the division. Sam Darnold is by far the best quarterback in the division. It's not close. It's not close.
Yo, Riv. Let me just add one thing before we cut it off. If the Jets kicker makes that extra point in that field goal attempt, do we win the game?
Probably.
We do, because they only put up 17 points. If you add the 3, it would have been 21-17 if our kicker didn't blow the game. Or we would have at least been in the overtime, because the game would have been tied. But
that's what
go ahead and blame it all on Darnold and all these people.
I literally said you have to.
Special teams lost that game too.
The kicker is a part. I literally said you have to give blame to other spots. You can't just say, "Oh, CJ Mosley."
Blame the special teams too.
Yeah, literally, you can't just say CJ Mosley went out. CJ Mosley going out has nothing to do with a kicker missing a field goal, correct?
No, that's correct. But the defense
Mosley was the leader of that defense.
I get that part. But CJ Mosley going out has nothing to do with that kicker still missing that field goal because you still had a chance to win the game, right, JC? Even with CJ going out?
But that's a fact.
You want to know what's the main difference, Riv? And we're going to close it off on this. The main difference, the main difference is that when CJ Mosley was in the game, Buffalo couldn't score because he was calling out audibles and he was reading the field and he was being a leader on that defense. It's when he went out, when the Buffalo Bills started going on a run and started scoring.
He had a sack and a pick 6. Yo, he was everywhere in the field.
Yeah,
he was everywhere on the field.
He was doing his thing one game. I mean, if your evidence is one game, that's cool. I mean,
my evidence
is that he's made a Pro Bowl. He's made a Pro Bowl with the Ravens, and every year
with the Ravens, that's cool.
He made an All-Pro with the Ravens. He was an All-Pro player with the Ravens.
That's incredible. But like, you guys are banking on a lot of what ifs.
He's not a what if. He's going to be back.
The Bills have results. When healthy, that defense is a top 5 defense in the league.
But it's not fair. They have results against what? An easy schedule.
Let me talk. Sam Darnold, you just said Sam Darnold is the best QB by far, and that's cool. And he allegedly has weapons. I'm sorry, but I don't trust your offense against that defense at all. Like, not remotely even close. You're banking on a bunch of guys. Just a bunch of regular guys. And a rookie you just gassed up, which you don't even know how he's going to perform. But you just, because he's a rookie and you guys picked him, you're going to gas him. And then Denzel Mills.
On Denzel Mills way before we got.
I'm talking about the rookie offensive lineman, relax. But we could get on Denzel Mills, who's probably more than likely, if I had to put my money on it, if Tre'Davious White lines up with him, Denzel Mills is going to get locked up very bad. That's why JC's laughing, because he knows Tre'Davious White's going to lock him up very bad. But if that's your number one target, that's fine.
We have other weapons. We have Chris Herndon coming back. He was proven. He's a proven player.
Chris Herndon had a very good rookie year with us. He just had off-field issues last year.
Proven. And Darnold has one of the highest passer ratings when targeting tight ends. So,
oh my God, great. Yeah, a great stat. Honestly, that's an awesome stat. Good luck. Well, good luck, Jets. Listen. I really hope you guys are healthy. Like, I really do hope you guys. I don't want you guys to be unhealthy. Honestly, I hate unhealthy teams. I really do hope you guys are healthy. All jokes aside.
I hope Wentz is healthy too.
No, for real, I really do. I hope he's healthy too.
Okay, so we can move on if you'd like, Riv. It's your turn to moderate.
You guys. Where's the chat? Here we go. Oh. Okay. Fellas, Will the Texans regret trading DeAndre Hopkins? Joel, you're going to go ahead and take this one. You're going to go first. What do you think?
No, they won't.
Oh, my gosh.
They won't.
Wow.
And the reason is not because Hopkins isn't a great player. We all know he's one of the best wide receivers. We all know he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. But even with DeAndre Hopkins on the field for the Texans, they aren't Super Bowl contenders.
So without him, what are they?
A playoff team.
With him, what are they?
A playoff team.
Okay.
And listen, this was a move because, of course, Bill O'Brien didn't like DeAndre Hopkins. I thought the trade was horrible, so I'm not even going to get into that. But the Texans actually did a good job making up for it because they got a receiver from the Rams who's a consistently 1,000-yard receiver in Brandon Cooks. He's a speedster. He'll be a great target for Deshaun Watson. They also got a running back, a triplets of running backs in Duke Johnson, Carlos Hyde, and David Johnson. They have Randall Cobb still. They have Will Fuller. They have Kenny Stills. So Brandon I think they still have weapons.
Brandon Cooks didn't have 1,000 yards last year.
Last year, okay, but he was pretty close, wasn't he?
I was just hoping. No, he had 583. He wasn't close.
583, but he was unhealthy for most of the year, though.
He's always healthy. Concussion.
No, but he consistently usually has.
Yeah, the year before. I was just hoping.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, thanks for fact checking, but I'm just saying, Brandon Cooks is a pretty good receiver. So Randall Cobb is a pretty good receiver. Yeah, when healthy. Kenny Stills is a pretty good receiver. Will Fuller when healthy. Yeah. And now they have some running back juice. So I think they can still compete for a spot in the playoffs, and I don't really see that changing. I don't think D-Hop would have put them over the top. Not to mention, D-Hop was getting paid $13 million a year compared to Cook's $8 million a year. So it was obviously a move to save some salary cap and to maybe get some picks in the process.
All right, JC, what do you think? How you feel about this?
So I will start off by saying I agree with Joel that DeAndre Hopkins probably wouldn't have taken him over the top. But then again, we have to see what the Texans do with these new players on their roster. I know David Johnson, they traded him for nothing because he's always injured. Carlos Hyde's a solid back. Will Fuller's he's a good receiver when he's healthy. Brandon Cooks, he has injury history. So, we have to see we have to see if he's going to consistently stay healthy. I think honestly, are any of those receivers? None of them are better than DeAndre Hopkins, but collectively, are any of them as good as him in terms of just pure talent?
Not close.
So, you lost like I said, you lost an elite wideout in DeAndre Hopkins. You replaced him with somebody who's known as to be an injury-prone wide receiver. You said he only had 583 yards last year. Will Fuller's another one that's always injured. I remember Joel was telling me on a different segment that he's always injured. So, basically, you moved an elite receiver for some injury-prone players is what I'm thinking. And the Texans, if it wasn't for a debacle, they could have had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for a debacle, they were playing really good in that playoff game. Patrick Mahomes happened or whatever. I'm going to bank on the Texans not to be in the same situation as last year to the AFC Championship. To say that they won't make the playoffs, that's disrespectful to them because they've been consistently in the playoffs. But I think losing DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think they're going to be back in the AFC Championship game coming this season.
They weren't in the AFC Championship game, bro.
Oh, my bad. Well, wait. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what I meant, though. They were, yeah. But they should have won that game. They were up 24-0. They were up 24-0. They didn't win, though. But, with those additions, I don't know. I don't see that.
There's no such thing as you should win a game.
Against Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not going to lie. While I was watching that game, I really thought the Texans had a shot. But then again, Mahomes worked his magic, and he did it next week. So, I'm not going to really fault them for that L because Patrick Mahomes did that the next game, too, against Tennessee.
How you going to fault him for a 24-point blowout? What you mean?
Because he did it the next game, and he did it in the Super Bowl. But listen, there's a consistency of this happening of Patrick Mahomes coming back. But the Niners didn't start against them.
The Niners and the Titans didn't blow a lead that bad.
Bro, the Niners blew a lead with 6 minutes left in the Super Bowl.
But they were dominating though.
They were dominating the entire game. I don't know. Joel, You think they're gonna? Think they're gonna be in? You think they're gonna be a playoff team this year?
Well, Texans playoffs. What do you think?
I don't think. I think they'll be in the hunt. I don't think they'll be in the playoffs.
There's 7 teams in the playoffs this year now, right?
Yeah. But I don't think that it was the offense's fault that they lost to the Chiefs. I thought their defense collapsed, and honestly, they were only up on the Chiefs because of some special teams debacles. I mean, you had Houston block a kick for a touchdown, block a punt for a touchdown. So, I didn't really think that lead was accumulated by the offense playing lights out or the defense making plays. I thought it was just some bad luck on the Chiefs side.
I mean, we've had consistent. We as viewers, we've seen the Texans make the playoffs with DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson. How many times in a row now? So it was last year, the year before that.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 years. I mean, if you have them in the hunt and not making the playoffs, then that just means they got worse, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah, but I also think that the teams in our division got better.
Like who? The Jaguars didn't.
The Colts got better, and the Titans got
better. Get better.
You got to respect the Titans. I mean, they're gonna have a full year of Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown. I mean, Joel proved us wrong last year when we doubted them. Not gonna lie. So
yeah, I don't think the Texans
are and they got farther in the playoffs. They beat tough teams too, and they had a shot to go to the Super Bowl as well. They just
bro. The Texans aren't gonna make the playoffs this year.
There's a chance they don't.
Well, can we all name 7 teams that are realistically gonna be better than them? So we got Kansas City, we got Baltimore. Is it fair to say Tennessee is gonna be better than them?
Who?
Kansas City?
No, Tennessee.
Oh, there's a chance. I'm not
Buffalo.
Sure.
Buffalo.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'll give you some easy ones right here.
The Chargers.
These teams are all in the same division. Denver, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. The Ravens, that's 4. The Browns, that's 5. The Colts, that's 6.
Pittsburgh.
Probably, yeah, that's 7 already. But
and then you got a bunch of maybes.
We know that's not how the order is going to be, but those are just 7 teams.
And then you got a bunch of ifs with the Bills. You got a bunch of ifs with the Titans, the Colts.
And it depends on the Texans' schedule this year too. Depends if it's a really tough schedule, or they're going to get a favorable schedule like the Bills got last year.
All right, so let's move on to the final topic of the episode. And JC, this is your turn to moderate. I'm top of the squad right now.
Okay. Brady versus Brees. Who wins the NFC South this upcoming season? I'll let whoever stand first. I think I know who you guys are going to choose, but go ahead.
At first, before we had this debate, they ain't get Gronk, so it kind of threw me off guard when they got Gronk. But I'm going to still stand by my statement because I never back down from my statement. So I'm going to still stand by my statement. Because like he said, the better quarterback in the end is going to ultimately win. And Drew Brees right now is the better quarterback in my opinion. So I'm going to pick the Saints to win the division. I think the Saints are going to win the division. I think Tampa Bay is going to be right behind them, though. I think it's going to be a tussle to the end of the season. But I got the Saints. I just think that core has been together for a minute now. They know how to win regular season games. They still got Mike Thomas. They just added Emmanuel Sanders, who was a big upgrade for them on the offensive end. And they still got that defense. So Tampa Bay, you got concerns with injuries. Gronk, he gets injured a lot, but
they're not going to need him to be Gronk though.
Yeah, he's probably going to. They still got him and OJ Howard, but yeah, I'm gonna just because of the quarterback play, I'm gonna take the Saints.
I just want to the point that you made about you're going to take the better quarterback. That's a wrong choice because Brady's by far the better quarterback, and it's not even close. They always love to bring they always love to say that Tom Brady is a dink and dunk quarterback, but last year, according to the Deep Ball Project, he was 12th in air yards, which means how far he throw the ball before completion. Drew Brees was 30th in the NFL. So the real dink and dunk quarterback was actually the guy wearing number 9 in New Orleans, Drew Brees, the guy that went 8-3 last year, and Teddy Bridgewater actually went undefeated with that team being 5-0 when he started. So obviously Tom Brady's the better quarterback. He threw for more yards and he had less weapons. JC, let me just tell you this real quick.
Wait a minute. Wait. Stop.
Last year. No. Let me tell you this. Let me finish my thing. Let me finish my monologue.
Wait. Let Joel finish real quick.
Wait, JC, JC, real quick. He has to stop just for a moment, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
He tried to sneak that in. And I heard him. He tried to say Tom Brady had more yards than Drew Brees. Drew Brees played 11 games. Watch this. Ask this, JC. Who had more touchdowns? Ask him who had more touchdowns, who had less interceptions.
Better receiver. Drew Brees.
Was a better receiver. Just receiver.
Listen.
Michael Thomas is a stud.
You'll get your chance to talk. Right now is my chance to talk.
Tried to sneak that in.
Right now is my chance to talk. Because we got to put it into context. We can't just say who had more touchdowns, who had a better completion percentage. That doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why.
Why you said the yards?
Tom Brady, his tight ends. These were his tight ends. Benjamin Watson, Matt LaCosse, and Ryan Izzo. They combined for a total of 418 yards receiving and 27 receptions. Drew Brees' one tight end, Jared Cook, had 706 yards and 43 receptions. That's almost twice as many as Tom Brady's 3 tight ends.
Shout out to Drew Brees.
So obviously Drew Brees had the better weapons, and we all know wide receiver-wise, it was Drew Brees all day. And need I mention that Julian Edelman led the league in drops last season. And actually, Tom Brady had 43 drops last year, and Drew Brees had 13. So, yeah. It wasn't fair. You can't compare apples to apples. It's more like apples to oranges. And it just so happens that Tom Brady's orange was more sweeter than Drew Brees' apple. Tom Brady is by far a better quarterback. He's by far a better quarterback, and it's not even close. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game.
Completion percentage, passing yards.
Yo, Rev. Yo, just real quick. I mean, his weapons in Tampa Bay are looking real serious, yo.
Watch this, because
they're looking real serious in Tampa Bay, bro.
You see what he likes to do? He tried to sneak in, Tom Brady has more passing yards. But then he says after, completion percentage doesn't mean nothing. TDs doesn't mean nothing because of the weapons. Listen, the bottom line is Jared Cook isn't no elite tight end. He's a good tight end, but he isn't no guy you sit there and say, oh, wow.
That's not the point.
It's just his quarterback is Drew Brees. Drew Brees receivers, let's be realistic. The receiving core isn't that great. He spams one guy the whole time, and that's Mike Thomas. And yes, Mike Thomas is better than every receiver on the Patriots.
In the league.
Yeah. In the league, yes, we get that part. But let's not sit here and act like there wasn't times where Tom Brady was making horrible passes or couldn't get the ball down the field because he looks old and rusty. Drew Brees looks better than ever. And he's by far, first of all, completion percentage, Brees. I don't care what you say. Touchdown, Brees. Like, come on, bro. Less interception, Brees. Yeah, he got Mike Evans. Yeah, he got Chris Godwin. Okay, that's cool.
Howard Gronk.
That's a big play offense. Can Tom Brady still throw the deep ball very consistently?
Yes.
I don't know. Let's see. He's about to turn what?
43.
43. Let's see. I don't know. Let's find out.
Wait, how old Drew Brees?
Drew Brees, I don't know. They're both
he has to be 40.
They're both old as hell, but Drew Brees is younger than him. I don't know. Is that offensive line in Tampa Bay? Is that offensive line in Tampa Bay going to hold intact? Because James Winston got
6 last year.
They're top 10.
It did what?
They were 6 last year.
They're top 10 line.
It did what? I'm asking.
They're top 10 offensive line.
They're top 10 offensive line?
Yeah.
So Tom Brady's going to have the time like Drew Brees. He's going to be able to make the throws? I don't know.
Fair assessment because that's a fair assessment, I guess, for the most part.
I don't know. But I know this for certain. Drew Brees is going to show up. Mike Thomas is going to show up. And them boys over there in the Saints are going to come to play. That's what I know.
I noticed something that's been said about the Saints all the time. We all say they're going to show up, and once postseason time comes on, they wet the damn band.
I ain't talking about the postseason. I ain't talking about the postseason, but good. Saints are going to win out the regular season, bro. That's just an overhyped team. They got a bunch of star power that's gonna panic in the regular season.
Arians is a good coach.
Like they're just gonna panic, and it's just a bunch of star power players. That's all it is. All it's stars. They're gonna panic in the playoffs.
Joel, what do you think about what do you think about that, Joel?
Regular season. That's it, bro.
For one,
I see him perplexed.
Whatever you just said, Riv, was totally ridiculous. Talking about Tom Brady can't throw the deep ball consistently. Yes, he can. What are you talking about?
Great.
You watch the same games that I watch. It seems like you don't watch any games at all. I just gave you a great stat talking about how Tom Brady was 12th in air yards and Drew Brees was almost
30th.
last in the league and 30th. So it's Drew Brees who dink and dunks, and that's why Alvin Kamara almost has 1,000 yards receiving every single year because he just dumps it off to Kamara each time. That's what he does. I mean, Drew Brees has been blessed with better weapons than Tom Brady over the last few years, but that's all going to end now. And I want to tell you this. Tampa Bay Bucks, of course, we all know that last year they turned the ball over a lot. They were actually probably like in the middle of the pack in turnover differential, probably closer to the bottom half of the league. If Tom Brady played in Tampa Bay last year, they would have been the second.
Alvin Kamara didn't almost have 1,000 yards. I just wanted to double check that. Alvin Kamara didn't almost have 1,000 yards.
Receiving?
Yeah, receiving. That was a lie. Keep going.
I said, how much was it? Like 700, right?
No, it was 533. Keep it going, though. That was a lie. Anyways, I had to just – JC, I had to double check that one.
Whatever.
That was a lie.
It doesn't really matter to me, but Brady's better, and that's the bottom line.
Brady's not better. Not better. Right now, Brady's not better.
Tampa Bay last year, they lost 8 games by 2 scores or less. In those 8 games, Jameis Winston threw 17 interceptions and had 10 fumbles. That's a total of 27 turnovers in those combined 8 games, which is 3 turnovers per game. Last year, Tom Brady only had 1 game all season where he turned the ball over 3 times.
That was against the Bills?
I'm not sure, but
yeah,
I'm just he only had 1 game.
I know what game you're talking about. That was against the Bills.
Jameis had 7 games where he turned the ball over 3 times, and in 6 of those, they lost. That won't be Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to be ready to play. Tampa Bay will be ready. And I've had these notes way before Gronk came. So now that Gronk came, they're gonna jump to a different level. Tom Brady's ready. I picked the Bucs to make the playoffs even before they got Tom Brady, and it seems like everything I'm predicting is coming true.
You also said that whatever team Jameis Winston starts on is gonna make the playoffs. He is a bench player now, so that
the team he's on is probably gonna make the playoffs.
Oh, you know what team that is? Do you know what team that is? That is the team that's gonna win the division, the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, it won't be.
They have the better. I don't know why you keep saying Brady's better than Brees. I don't see it. Like, he's not.
Because Brady is better than Brees. It's not a question.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. It's not a question.
It's not.
A question.
He might be. He might all time. Yeah, Brady's the greatest ever. But right now, as of right now, no, he's not. Like, no.
Right now,
no.
Right now, Drew Brees isn't close to Tom Brady. It's actually the reason why Drew Brees wanted to retire this past year.
Right. Because the guy who lost in the first round.
Drew Brees is all.
The guy who lost to the Titans.
This is the difference between Brady and Brees. Brady just signed a 2-year contract to play until he's 45. Brees just signed a contract for next year to be in the broadcast booth. They're not the same. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He loves football. He's going to make a difference in Tampa Bay, and they're going to kick the Saints' butt. I can't wait.
Are you willing to bet your life on that? That's the question of the day.
Am I willing to bet my life that the GOAT will beat some player that just chokes in the playoffs? Yeah.
Bet on it. Wait. JC, I don't know why he's doing that. That's his favorite QB all time. Think about it.
Drew Brees?
I love Brees, but he's not Tom Brady.
He's a walking contradiction. He's the biggest.
I love Brees, but he's not Tom Brady. When it comes to Tom Brady, he can't light a candle to Tom Brady.
Yo, so Joel, you think the Bucs can win at least 1 Super Bowl in his 2-year stint?
Yes.
We'll see.
That's a good team, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a really good team now.
Overhyped team, just a bunch of names. You got to come and play. That's all.
Names. They were 7-9 last year with a QB.
That screams nothing. That tells me nothing.
So much.
7-9 tells me nothing. It tells me nothing at all. Like, you didn't make the playoffs. That's all that matters. Whether you're 7-9 or you're 4-12, you didn't make the playoffs. It tells me nothing.
No, because a 7-9 team just added the greatest quarterback of all time and the greatest tight end of all time, arguably. It does make
okay, but you throw in the greatest. You say he's the greatest quarterback of all time, like he was the best QB last year. Like, come on, bro, let's relax now. Like, Tom Brady ain't the same. Like, you keep trying to be the greatest of all time. Okay, but he ain't the same, bro. Like, come on, relax now. He's not the same, bro. Like, calm it down. Like,
Wait, he's not the same. When's the last time he won a Super Bowl? Like 2 years ago?
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was he the best QB in the league that year? No, it was Patrick Mahomes. But listen, I understand you really tried that. But hold on, you're talking about they added the greatest tight end. The dude he's been drinking liquor and being in parties all last year. You don't know how Gronk's gonna come back and play.
And Gronk's injury prone as hell.
Yeah, come on.
They still have
But listen, they still got OJ Howard though. OJ Howard is nice.
Brate.
Cameron Brate's also really good too. I actually forgot about him. He's actually pretty good tight end too.
Yeah, they're good.
They probably have the best tight end tandem in the game.
And I know you guys don't. I know you guys don't know this receiver.
That's arguably.
But they got a slot receiver. They got a slot receiver in the draft, Brian Edwards, who's really good off the slot. So
got to see him play first, but we'll see.
You guys haven't
say it again, JC. Say it again, JC.
I mean, I gotta see him. I don't know if he's gonna get the touches because there's elite receivers everywhere around him.
Yeah, stop hyping rookies.
He might not get the touches. No, he'll get one-on-one matchups. And he'll win those matchups.
Stop hyping rookies. We got to see him play first. I've
seen them play in college. I know their game. So
okay, we got to see him play first. Got to see him play. Got to see him play first. Got to see him play first. College ain't the same. Got to see him play first. That's all. Just got to see him play first. I really hope the Saints and the Bucks play Week 1. I really do hope they play Week 1 because it's gonna.
Well, they'll play twice in a year, so you don't have to worry about them playing because they'll definitely play, and the Bucks will win.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not worried.
So we got them both making the playoffs. The Bucks and the Saints.
Definitely.
Well, if they meet in the playoffs, that's going to be crazy.
If they meet in the playoffs, it'll be in Raymond James Stadium, no, because the Bucks will win that division.
Right. Doubt it.
I mean, look, man, we'll see. I mean, I agree with both of you on some points, but I do agree that the Buccaneers definitely have gotten way better.
The Bucs are going to be
better.
They're going to be the hype of the town. They're going to be the hype of the town because they got the names. But at the end of the day, you got to come play. So it don't mean nothing. They're going to be the hype of the town.
Mike Evans, bro. Mike Evans is a dog. Bro, Brady hasn't had a receiver. Brady hasn't had a receiver like Mike Evans in such a long time, bro. Do you know what's going to happen when he gets someone like Mike Evans? And then you got Godwin on the other end.
It's not going to be. Let's be realistic, JC. It's not going to be better than Drew Brees and Mike Thomas. So what can it really be?
Yes, it is.
Let's be honest.
That's fair. That's a fair.
It's not going to be better than Drew Brees and Mike Thomas. Mike Evans is not getting 1,700 yards in the season. So Joel, throw that out the book. I don't know what you're thinking.
He's probably not because he has other receivers around him.
He won't get 1,500 yards in the season. So throw that out the book.
But I'll tell you this. It'll be way more entertaining.
What?
Watching Brady and Evans, watching Brady connect with Evans on a deep ball, and you coming here,
get out of here,
podcast, eating your words because you said he couldn't throw the deep ball. Then Brees just dinking and dunking to Michael Thomas, which is what he does already.
Wow.
The reason he had 149 receptions, they weren't deep passes.
That's fine. You just called him the best receiver in the league. Doesn't matter.
I think he is.
Oh, so it works.
More entertaining than watching Brady and Evans.
It's all about results.
First round exit to the Vikings.
Didn't they get a first round exit to the Titans? The
Titans are better.
Than the who?
Than the Vikings.
Okay. If you think so. I mean, okay. One guy lost. Okay, I'm not even going to entertain that. But
wait, the Vikings beat the Saints, right?
Yeah.
In New Orleans.
Dude.
Didn't the Titans beat the Patriots in New England? Like, what's wrong with them? Like,
Kirk Cousins hasn't even won a game in prime time, but won that against
Ryan Tannehill has never won a playoff game, and that was his first playoff win. Like, you're not. Did he even throw 100 yards? Like, he lost to a QB that I don't even think threw 100 yards.
Tannehill threw 74 yards that game.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like, he lost to a running back.
Derrick Henry was a
he lost to the running back. Yeah, he lost to a running back. Come on,
I mean,
cut the noise.
Lost to a running back. What the hell does that even mean? Henry was probably the best running back.
But Riv, I got a question for you. If Brady had better receivers in New England, which is what everybody was coming to the defense of Brady for was because of his receivers. I mean, how much better would that team be with the number one defense and Brady with some really good receivers?
Depends on the receiver.
That's kind of the situation what's happening in Tampa Bay. So, I
Depends
mean,
on the receiver.
if you were one of those people that were saying that he has a way better team now, so
depends on the receiver. They don't have the same defense in Tampa Bay that they did in New England. That's facts.
They have the number one rushing defense, though.
Good job. They don't have the same defense. They don't have the same defense at Tampa Bay that they're gonna have. Like
actually,
New England
Tampa
was a top 2 defense.
Actually, Tampa Bay was top 5 in takeaways last year.
Good job. New England was a top 2 defense last year, bro. Like it's not the same.
Had a better defense.
Yeah, like shut up, bro. It's not the same. Stop
Tampa Bay has a way better offense.
Tom Brady isn't going from one of the best defenses to the worst. He's going from one of the best to a pretty damn good defense.
It's good. I mean,
not a drop off.
Joel, the only problem with the Bucs is pretty much the running back position, right?
The only drop off he's going in Tampa Bay is two things.
The secondary and the
probably
back.
The secondary, but their pass rush in Tampa Bay is way better. And their run stopping ability is way better as well. And that secondary, of course, is a drop off because the Patriots have probably the best secondary in the league and maybe running back. But we know that Tom Brady makes players better, so he'll probably bring out the best.
Who is the running backs in Tampa Bay?
Ronald Jones, and they drafted a running back. I forgot his name right now, but they drafted a running back.
I mean,
we'll see. Can't wait to see.
I'm kind of excited for this battle.
Too.
I mean, all I know is that we'll be back here, and Riv is going to be eating his words about Tom Brady because I told him all along, just like I was right with the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going to be right with the Bucs. I'm going to be right about Brady.
Weren't you wrong about Jacoby Brissett and the Raiders?
He got injured, actually, so.
Hopefully you're right. Hopefully you're right about the Jets and Sam Darnold being the best quarterback in the division too.
So this is our episode of Pick a Side. Probably gonna be doing this every week or whenever we can. So thank you guys for watching and see you next time.